Good evening. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm not doing it during the daytime. I'm doing it at night because I will be showing you guys my nighttime routine that I go through. So the first thing I'm going to do is take out my hair. Now I normally don't do much with my hair, but I've been practicing makeup and hair on myself for future clients for weddings that I'm going to be doing. So that's why my hair looks like this. It's kind of messy right now because it's been raining, but look at how pretty it is. At least I think it's fairly pretty. I don't know. Oh. But I have to take it all out, which means I need to take out all the bobby pins. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. It's a pretty simple hairstyle, so maybe if you guys want to see it, you could just leave it in the comments below and I can do a tutorial on it because it only took me like 10 minutes to do. And I'm fairly-ish good at hair, but like I'm not super fast, so the fact that it only took 10 minutes is a pretty good sign. But on most days, I just kind of put my hair up in a bun or a ponytail or down. Or just half up, half down. Just kind of really simple things. I don't even remember how many bobby pins I used. These are my favorite things to use in my hair when I do any hairstyles. They're these little twisty thingies. They work wonders. Like they do what about 10 bobby pins would do. Yet they stay and you can shake your head all around and they never come out. What do I even look like right now? I don't even know. I feel like my hair is just one big knot. I don't know if you can see it. But I had to like make a messy bun, and I think I went a little too messy. Ugh. I think I have a problem. Do you see this? Yeah, I definitely went a little too messy. Plus my hair is very long. Okay, now that my hair is out, I typically go into my room and, oh, my shoes. I always put my shoes away. I may not always put my clothes away immediately, but I always put my shoes away, and I always take off my jewelry and put it in where all my jewelry goes because I like to keep it very safe. So, friends, we're going to walk into my closet, which I don't think you guys have ever seen. It's not much to see, but my shoes always have their place. And my jewelry always has its place. I don't have very much. It's just these two things. But I always take care of the jewelry that I have. My closet is like the least aesthetic thing about my room. But whose is? So like, I like having a semi-clean room as often as I can have it, depending on the energy level I have. So typically whenever I get back into my room at night, I clean up stuff in my room a little bit. But it's not super messy, so I don't really need to do much right now. But I'm probably just gonna go either hop in the shower or just wash my face because I think I'm looking a little greasy tonight. My hair is kind of knotted. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys my skincare routine for nighttime, but I don't like washing my face in whatever clothes I just wore that day because I feel like the makeup or something is gonna run down. I don't know, I'm worried about that. So I changed, but obviously I can't show you guys how to take off my makeup in the shower because so, what I typically do, if I have a good amount of eye makeup on, I take off my eye makeup with like a Neutrogena makeup wipe. They're low-key expensive, but they're the only ones that don't break me out really. So, I'm just going to take that off my eyes only, but I don't use it on my face because last time I used it on my face, I feel like it made my skin really dry, but I don't like having to use a lot of face soap and waste the soap just to get makeup off. So, I don't know, call me crazy, but. Alright, so I have basically all of my eye makeup off. So, face cleanser I use is actually the Tula Purifying Face Cleanser. I was kind of unsure about this at first, but I actually ended up loving it. It has done wonders for my skin. Same with the moisturizer that I started as well, but I actually really enjoy this face wash. I don't know if you've ever been to Disney World, but if you've been to Disney World and you've been to Animal Kingdom and you've ridden the Avatar ride, the Rite of Passage ride, I don't know why, but this smells just like the whole waiting line does. It's like this weird, new smell. I have no idea. It's just, it reminds me of it every time I put it on my face. And so it probably doesn't actually smell like it. My brain's just associating that incorrectly. But anyways, it's a really good face wash. So I only use a little bit of it whenever I wash my face. So I don't always wait for the water to warm up because like I get impatient. But I just wait for it to get like at least lukewarm and I put it on my face like normal. Okay, now that my face is wet, I'm gonna get the Tula. I'm gonna show you guys how much I actually use. Like it really is a little bit. I'm just gonna use about that much. This much gets the job done. So you just massage it into your face. It's a makeup remover actually, so I really like that. But once you're thoroughly blind from soap and cannot see, you turn on the faucet and you rinse it off your face. Pretty genius. So now we're done with that. And like my skin, like it looks pretty good without any makeup on. So that's a first because for a while, I guess I was really just using the wrong moisturizer and the wrong face soap because I switched both at once and I really played Russian roulette with myself there. But it turned out being really good, and so now my face looks fine. But now that that's over, I'm going to jump in the shower and wash my hair because I realized that I had to put hairspray in it in order to practice my hair for the wedding. No. As I was saying, my mom's so funny. I'm just going to shower and wash my hair, and then I will come back and show you guys the rest of my skincare routine, which really isn't all that elaborate, but there is a few more steps to be done. So I'm gonna shower and I'll see you guys later. All right, I'm out of the shower and in my most glorious form. Not really. I really do look crusty. All right, but in the shower, I kind of like mildly exfoliated, so my face is a little bit red. But moving on to my favorite part. So I used to use a really thick moisturizer because I had flaky skin. Turns out like I literally just was doing everything wrong for my skin because I went to my holistic and she told me to use this stuff and I was like, there's no way that I need this stuff. It's super thin and light. And I always have been using like really heavy, thick moisturizers, but she gave me a free tester and it changed my life. So it was kind of expensive and it's a tiny bottle, but I bought it and I've had it for like super long and I only use a little bit so I can make it last like for months. So I'm pretty sure this will last me like 9 months or so, which is kind of worth the investment for clear skin and for not having to buy any moisturizer for 9 months. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys what it is. So it is Eminence Organic Skincare and it is the Acne Advanced Clarifying Hydrator. And it's a really thin moisturizer, but I don't use the pump so I can control how much I get. And I just kind of rub whatever is left on this pump thingy on my finger. And I only use about that much, which doesn't look like a lot. Okay, this is how I make this last super long. Then what I do, the lady told me to do this, I rinse my fingers, just the tips of my fingers, under water. These are wet. Then I rub it in and it dilutes it and makes it spread farther and not be as strong. But then I don't have to use as much and it can last a lot longer. And I really love the feeling just because, and sometimes I'll just do a bit as I need to cover my face, but I only use, see, that much, really not much. But I used to love using like serums and stuff on my face because it feels so like nice just to rub in like a nice thick serum. But my skin just did not agree with that, guys. So my lifestyle was trying to make it feel like one thing, but was not what my body needed. Story of my life. But for an eye cream, it's not really an eye cream. I got this from TJ Maxx for like some dollars. It's the Crop Beauty Nourishing Cream. And Crop Beauty is an organic brand as well. And I use this on my face. Again, it's a really thick night cream, but it just made me break out because it was way too thick. So I just use it as an eye cream now and not all over my skin. So I just lightly, with one finger, put it under my eyes and on my eyelids. I'm trying to prevent myself from aging, but I really don't think it's gonna do that much. So whatever, because I'm like, be gentle on your eyes because they're delicate. Yet just earlier today I was putting on like mascara and eyeliner and eyeshadow and I was like messing up my eyes, and I feel like just like one swipe of this is gonna reverse it. Probably doesn't, but it makes me feel good. Alright, next I'm going to brush my teeth, and I don't know if any of you guys have ever been taught this, but this is life-changing. So some of you guys might need this, but this is how you brush your teeth. I use the Crest 3D White. It's low-key, like more than $1, so whatever, but it keeps your teeth white so you don't have to buy whitening strips. So you put the toothpaste on this thing called a toothbrush, and then you get it wet underwater. I'm not the kind of person that wets my toothbrush first and then puts it on and then wets it again. I don't know why. I just put it on dry and wet it, whatever. So then you brush your teeth to and fro, up and down, at all angles, and then you must get your tongue. That is where all the bad breath stink comes from. So let's go in with this. I'm gonna take my hair out. So you see this, let's get it wet one more time just in case. And then you're gonna go like this. Gotta get a little faster. Really get in there. Now, spit it out. So just spit off camera because no one's allowed to know that women actually can spit. Only men can do that. Kind of weird, right? What you're gonna do now is brush your tongue. You can have like a tongue brusher thing. I'm not really into that. So just use your toothbrush and go to and fro on your tongue to make sure your stank goes away. Pro tip, once you're done, just go over lightly with the bristles of your toothbrush over your lips, because then it just kind of exfoliates them. You don't need to do it too hard because your lip skin is very delicate. Bam, and now we're done for the bathroom portion of tonight. My skin looks low-key bad after that exfoliator. Oh well. Okay, so typically after my shower, if Raya hasn't come into the bathroom yet, I come and hang out with Raya. And right now she's FaceTiming Rich, who's in Colorado. But yeah, then we try and we go watch TV in the living room with our parents. You look like a gnome. Alright, bye, Rich.
Bye.
Alright, I was gonna watch TV, but change of plans. Rayleigh wants me to do her eyebrows, so we're gonna go do eyebrows. Butter, are we gonna play? Is that your toy? Is that your toy? Whoa! She just kind of runs back and forth. She'll literally run herself. Come on! I literally am doing nothing but clapping, and she'll run. Butter. Right hand? No, that's your left hand. Butter. Right hand? No. Right hand. Good girl. Ready? Wait. Don't go yet. Ah, ah. Butter, look at me. Brick. Oh gosh. You came in full force on that one. So I just did Rayleigh's eyebrows, and I thought I was gonna come out here and show you guys just like me chilling with my family, because we typically watch like one TV show or something together, because if we're busy all day we don't see each other until we're like home at 9 p.m. But literally as soon as I walked out of Rayleigh's bedroom door after finishing her eyebrows, my mom was like, all right, going to bed, and my dad was like, good night, and Ryan was like, bye, and I was like, okay. So we're just gonna pretend that my whole family is here and that we're watching something like NCIS together, because that's like our go-to show. But right now, Butter is my only family that's awake at least, so whatever. Hey, Cheeto? I call her Cheeto for literally no reason. It's just a name I made up, and I thought it was absolutely hilarious. Go, Butter, go! You're supposed to run. That's your cue. This is why I absolutely love this dog. She is so cute and cuddly. So she likes to stay on my lap. But since it looks like I'm not going to be watching TV with my family anytime soon, maybe tomorrow evening. I don't know. I don't like watching TV by myself because I like people. So I will probably just go to my bedroom and read after hanging out with Butter a little bit more, right? Do you want to just go into my bedroom and read? Butter's so good at reading, and by so good, I mean she can't do it at all, but I still love it whenever she sits next to me while I read, so. I'm just hanging out in bed right now, and I sleep in the center of my bed because why not? But I always have my Bible to the right of me on this cute little folded blanket that I always have perfectly folded because I like being organized even when I sleep. But right now I'm going through the book of Luke, and I'm just going to show you guys really quick a little bit of how I take notes in my Bible every night, even whenever I'm kind of sleepy, because I really think it makes reading the Bible more intentional and like effective whenever you can take notes-ish in this way. There's lots of ways to do it, but for me this is how it works best in order to understand and like also learn to apply it in other areas of my life and not just see it as like a story in a book, but something that I can live out myself. Doing this really helps me put those two together. So okay, so first thing to do is get your pen and write down the date. But I write down the date and I use specific pen colors just because whenever I go and I reread over it, I can see what stood out to me whenever I'm note-taking with the pink color pen, and then see what date that was and then relate that back to like where I was spiritually and what was going on in my life, as well as just like see like, again, what stood out to me or something that's different. So I'll show you guys a little bit of what I'm talking about because I haven't gone through Luke. This is like a newer Bible. But I'll show you guys what I'm talking about because I haven't really gone through Luke very much when it comes to note-taking because this is like a newer Bible. But I have gone through over here. Okay, so here's somewhere that I've obviously been over a lot. And as you can see, I have dates written everywhere and they're all in different colors, and you can see what stood out to me. So like whenever I was reading this with this color on this time, this is what stood out to me is what's in the dark blue. Then other times whenever I was using the orange, this is what stood out to me. And so I really like doing this because it really just shows you how the Holy Spirit works whenever you're reading a Bible, and how like you can read something one time and a second time, but you get totally different things out of it those both times, just because the Holy Spirit just meets you where you are with that text and doesn't just let it be like a stale text. It makes it very living. That's why they call it like the living word, because it does jump out to you and it really speaks to you in different areas. So I really like doing this with all of my books that I read whenever it comes to books of the Bible, just because also I'm planning on passing down all my Bibles that I note-take in to my children, and I want them to see what I was going through and what stood out to me whenever they look through these Bibles. So now back to Luke. So what I do is whenever I go through and read stuff, I'll underline things that stood out to me, of like things that I really like to hear, what I thought was really important. And as you can see over here, I kind of did it. And then I'll circle things that I feel are really, really, really important. And then I have wide margins. This is the She Reads Truth Bible. And so I have wide margins so I can take notes and write this. And so like on this story about the 10 lepers being healed, I wrote over here just like what God pointed out to me from this story. So this is the story about the 10 men healed. And so like Jesus is on his way to Jerusalem, and 10 lepers come up to him and say, "Jesus, Master, have mercy on us." And when he saw him, he told them, "Go and show yourselves to the priests." And while they were going, they were cleansed. And that stood out to me because I wrote over here, their cleansing wasn't immediate. While they were going, they were healed. You can't wait for the miracle before you step out. Sometimes we have to go first, and as we go, he heals us. And so that's just what God pointed out to me from this passage, that maybe the next time I read over it, something else will totally jump out to me that didn't jump out before. But I'm just going to go ahead and read chapter 18 now, and maybe 19 or 20, I don't know, it depends on how tired I am, and just show you guys afterwards what I ended up underlining. Okay, so I just went through chapter 18, and this chapter literally holds so many iconic stories. Like, obviously, I had a lot to say. I wanted to write more, but I also still like to leave space for whenever I go through it again. So if something really, really stands out to me, I'll write it, but other things I just like kind of like meditate in my heart. Other things I like to write down. So I have so many things that just like blow me away about all of this. Like, look at all of this. Like, this one, I love this story. So this is a blind man. He's sitting outside the walls of Jericho. And he hears Jesus passing by. And just by hearing him, he has the boldness. And I love this line. So he called out. And I think a lot of us just need to just stop what we're doing and just call out to Jesus sometimes, because that is such a bold move, bro. Like, look at that. And so then the thing is that makes it even bolder is that everybody else told him to be quiet, but he kept crying all the more. Some of us really, really need, even whenever our voice feels dampened or hindered or shattered or just like dismissed, we cannot let that and other people's opinions stop us from crying out to God even more than we need to. So he just keeps crying out until God answers him. He keeps saying, have mercy on me, God, have mercy on me. And I love this. Jesus stopped. Like, dude, do you know what it takes to stop Jesus? Like, I love that line. So after he had Jesus stop, he said, what do you want me to do for you? Obviously, Jesus knew what the problem was, but sometimes whenever we go and we pray and we ask God for things and we talk to him, it's not because he doesn't know, but it's because he likes to have the conversation with us. So he's initiating this conversation and this communication saying, what do you want me to do for you? And then he says, Lord, I want to see. Don't we all want to see sometimes? Like, just because we have vision doesn't mean we always see. So then I like how it says, just literally there is so much in just this one portion. So it says, receive your sight, Jesus told him. And I like how it says receive and not just like restore your sight or like he just healed him instantly, because he does, but he says receive it as if it's something that he has to take, the blind man, as an action on his part to actually choose to receive something, to choose to receive the sight, to choose to receive the miracle. And I really think a lot of us sometimes need to choose to receive our sight, choose to receive our miracle, choose to receive what God is telling us that we have the ability to see and receive. And so I don't know, I just really, really like that part. It says your faith has saved you. Love that. And then I just love how it says instantly. Like, sometimes God just is like so flexing on us that he just is like, instantly I healed him. But then I love how as soon as he received his miracle, he didn't just run off. He says, and he began to follow him, glorifying God. Like, that's even more of a testament. Like, once God answers your prayers, he didn't just kind of run away and not talk to God again, which like some of us do, and we only talk to him whenever things get hard again. He just continues to follow him because he gave him this miracle and realized that he could not have done this apart from God. So why would he like to live his life apart from God from now on? Okay guys, that kind of turned into like a mini devotional right there. Didn't really plan on that, but I'm glad I did it. So thank you guys for watching so far. I am now just going to take my meds that make me sleep, and within like 20 minutes I'm going to be like sedated and not wake up for anything. And Butter and I are just going to chill for like the next 9 hours until my body wakes me up. But I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching this video. If you haven't already, don't forget to like this video and subscribe down below. Butter and I are gonna head out and go snuggle now. I literally have so much hair, it's not even funny. Like, look at